So I see you've all met.
What's this all about, Dom?
Yeah, man, why'd you drag us halfway around the world?
Because we got a job.
The Fast and Furious franchise is a bit like Jesus in that it gets resurrected each year at Easter time, despite the fact that its critics are trying to kill it off with barbed words and barbed barbs. But for those who kneel at the bone altar of the action flick, mortared with spunk and buffed to a shimmering glow with dirty thongs, there is something to celebrate in its rebirth. 2011 sees the launch of the 5th iteration of this car pervert's fantasy arrive on the scene, and it is arguably the best of the bunch. Now, before you don your scoffing caps and chew me out for liking a film which is clearly designed for dribbling idiots who keep their belly button lint in a box marked "My Greatest Achievements," let me explain what I find so appealing about Fast and Furious 5, or Fast 5, or Fast and Furious 5, 5 Go Mad in Rio.
That's a stealth mission. We'll be in and out before they even know we were there.
We're talking about breaking into a police station.
This is crazy. This is $100 million.
You say what?
I am down.
Things like plot and character are refreshingly irrelevant in Fast and Furious 5. Vin Diesel, a grumpy walrus of a man, and Paul Walker, a sort of Thunderbird's puppet with a pulse, are both back playing Dominic Toretto and Brian O'Connor, two men united by their hatred of authority and their love of anything that can make their loins vibrate, whether it be a V8 engine or some jiggling buttocks of a woman. In fact, very few women are shot above the waist in this movie, and those that are have the kind of skeletal definition to their faces that could sell 1 million diet books.
We just went from the middle of the most wanted list to the very top. You gotta keep running now.
Running ain't freedom.
Toretto and O'Connor are on the run in Brazil, hounded by local crime lord Hernan Reyes and also by US pitbull Luke Hobbs. Hobbs is played by The Rock with the kind of gusto he used to apply to the melodramatic story elements of wrestling shows long before he received his normalising people names of Dwayne and Johnson. To escape the life of crime, or at least run away from the people who are trying to bring them to justice for their previous crimes, the protagonists decide to carry out the biggest crime of their lives by ripping off all the crime money from the local crime lord.
Is all of this really necessary to apprehend two men?
One's a former federal officer, spent 5 years in deep cover. The other one's a professional criminal, escaped prison twice. We find him, we take him as a team, and we bring him back. And above all else, we don't ever let them get into cars.
The thing I like most about Fast 5 is that it's not a comic book movie. It's the kind of film that would have been right at home in the middle of the 1990s, and the fact that it has no comparable competition today goes some way towards explaining its continued success at the box office. Its stars don't have any supernatural powers except for an exaggerated proficiency behind the wheel and a proclivity for chest beating and ass kicking in place of talking things through. The thing I like second mostest about Fast 5 is the fact that the action sequences were clearly dreamt up first and then used as linchpins for the plot and not the other way around. This makes each set piece loud and glorious, encouraging the viewer to stop questioning the plausibility of the events and simply lose themselves in ear-splitting immersion.
Big mistake.
Not everything is as easy to forgive. All of the dialogue is laughable, moving from mawkish sentimentality to brash self-confidence and testosterone-fueled gibberish without much warning. The women are sent to look after children or perch on car bonnets, while the men do the real talking over a cold beer, and many of the heisty elements are ultimately revealed to be redundant. Fast and Furious 5 is a bit of a dinosaur, but like these ancient lizards, it deserves to be dug up and scrutinised. Unlike Jesus,